Hi there, Deirdre here from Starwise. Just popping in today to let you know it's the dreaded Mercury retrograde. And I actually really enjoy Mercury retrogrades because I find it's a wonderful time to just stop the forward motion, all the rushing, all the doing out there, and really spend some time with yourself, getting to know whether what you're doing is aligned and whether it's whether you've ticked all the boxes, whether you've got everything in place, whether you've got all of those proverbial ducks in a row. So Mercury retrograde's really, really powerful for allowing us to go over things to make sure that when we get the green light, that we are aligned, we are doing what is right for us at that time. And because Mercury retrograde comes 3 times a year, it's almost like an opportunity for 3 weeks, 3 times a year, to actually just take a step back and stop the continual doing. I mean, we're really conditioned to believe that unless we're being productive and getting things done, then unless we're doing that, we're a bit of a waste of space. And so that's a bad way to think, because if we're always on the go, then we're never giving ourselves time to think about things and do the work that we need to do in the background to make sure that the action is uncorrupted and as pleasant and as flowing as possible. So this particular Mercury retrograde starts on the 19th of July and goes through until the 11th of August. And it's all going to occur under the sign of Leo. So Leo is the sign of the extrovert, the optimist, the person that's always on the go, and the big dreamer, the big creator. So while we've got Mercury and Leo in retrograde, it's really important to be aware of, again, of alignment. We're really looking at whether what we're putting out there is who we truly are. So with Leo energy has a great need to be loved and appreciated and admired for what it brings to the table. So while we've got Mercury retrograde in Leo, it's a really good time for you to learn how to validate yourself. Instead of looking for other people to bring you all the glory and all the kudos and all the encouragement and appreciation that you need, you've got to learn to give it to yourself, because that's one really big challenge with that Leo energy is always looking for it to be appreciated and to be admired. And we should be able to do that for ourselves. We don't need other people to do that for us. It's really nice when other people do, and it adds to everything, but you've got to be able to do it for yourself first and foremost. So while Mercury's in retrograde in Leo, we can be really looking at what needs to be said, what needs to be created, and what needs to be put out there. Leo is a fire sign, so it's a fire energy, which means it's a leadership energy. So it's a good opportunity for us to reassess our leadership skills. Are we leading ourselves and other people in the right direction? Do we have all the information we need to be a good leader? And if we're doing something off our own back and we're not leading, we're just being our own person and doing something just for you, then looking at that and making sure that you've got all the information you need. And most importantly, is what you're doing, what you're leading, what you're creating, what you're stepping into. Are you doing that because it's what you really want to do, or are you doing it because of all the glory or all the kudos or all the appreciation you're going to get from other people? It's really about aligning yourself with doing things for the highest good of all concerned, but in particularly for your highest good, and not in a way that you're going to sort of be better than everybody else or benefit more than anybody else. It's more just about the fact that you're going to do well out of this because it's the right thing to do, not because of it's a good thing to do or it's a famous crazy thing to do, but simply because it's the right thing to do. So it's a really good time when Mercury's in retrograde in Leo to really look at our motivation. What makes you want to do the things that you do? And is that aligned with the true you, or is this motivation something that you put on to impress people or to get more out of life or to move? I mean, we all have to fake it till we make it at some stage, and Leos do it better than anybody, but that we can't be always faking it till we make it. Sometimes, you need a little bit of faking it till you make it to get yourself over that speed bump or to face up to something or to get, take a big step forward. But if we stay in that fake it till you make it energy, then you're not being authentic. You're not being who you really are. So it's okay to use a little bit of that energy to get yourself off the ground or to confront something and deal with something, but we don't stay in that energy. So during this Mercury retrograde, really have a look at your creativity as well and what you may not be realizing that you have within you that you can share with others. Creative energy is such a wonderful thing to share, and it's something that really brings people together. So enjoy this Mercury retrograde. Don't sign any big documents. Don't buy any expensive things, and be careful with travel. I wouldn't even book any travel during Mercury retrograde. From my own experience, whenever I've booked travel, not even traveled, but actually done the bookings during Mercury retrograde. When I've gone to do the travel later, something's gone wrong or it hasn't worked out or I've needed to cancel. So just, be aware of just staying within your own energy during Mercury retrograde and going over what needs to be gone over in the background. It's not about taking forward action. It's not about putting yourself out there. You've got the handbrakes on at the moment and you will get the green light. Well, 11th of August, Mercury goes direct again, but we usually give at least 5 days after that for Mercury to start moving again, because he'll go from retrograde into direct motion and then into forward motion. So from retrograde into stationary and then into direct. So that 5 to 6, 7 days gives us a chance for him to get into that direct and then get moving again, so we can make use of that flow. So during that sort of what we call the shadow period, it can still have a lot of that challenging energy of Mercury retrograde rather than the positive forward energy that we're looking for. So enjoy this retrograde. All the retrogrades are coming thick and fast now, as they often do at this time of year. So it's all time for everybody to, in the Southern Hemisphere, it's a bit easier because we're coming into winter when we all sort of tend to take a bit of a step back anyway. So it's a good time to just reassess everything that's going on in your life and to make sure that whatever you're doing is in your best interests. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.